Welcome back. We're here to cover your twin flame path for the Divine Feminine. Yes, we do cover this energy weekly, and we do have a different version of how we do these readings with the imagery. So I hope you enjoy it. We have got a few more close-up views. Now, let's take a look at the energy for this week. Now, the first thing I was getting from a spiritual point of view is you could directly be going through a transformation. It's like your guides are trying to speak to you. Moving off the back end of April into the month of May, spiritually speaking, we still can be in that scorpionic energy, Mercury shadow direct. So we can have a quickening of pace. We can have still subjects to do with the previous energy that we're trying to tie up. And you can be very assertive, but there also can be this frequency that's coming through with your vibration, both relating to your twin flame path as well as relating to your future moving forward, that you feel a little bit out of sync. There could be this feeling that something's off, feeling that something's not moving, quite according to plan. And from an intuitive point of view, your guides are trying to actually give you some guidance here, especially if you are feeling a little bit lost. They're actually saying to come back down to that earth energy, to get back down to that frequency of anchoring in your energy, because as you're staying still, in the quietness, away from the hustle and bustle of the mind, I do feel your guides are trying to give you messages. This really was coming through for me early on in the piece, through my ascension path. And I believe it was coming through in April, the late end of April. So, I'm not surprised that this is coming up as a psychic message. Synchronistically, you may be thinking about a person and then bang, you hear about them. And, it's almost like your guides are screaming at you saying, you need to start trusting your instincts. You and your guides are working together and they're going to guide you in the most both productive and effective manner towards your higher goals. Also, you as a light worker can be moving through a shift, but you may not be initially trusting the process. There is a big vibration here. There is a big shift, but we're going to come back to this in a moment. Okay, so the card states your angels are guiding and protecting you on your spiritual journey. Sometimes we can get quite disillusioned. We can feel as though we have been forsaken. We can feel as though we're not really on the right path, or things aren't going in the way that we believe within our ego they should. But your guides are here, and it can be that they're trying to give you synchronistic messages. Now, as we're looking at the past position, the funny thing is, and this is an addition I've actually added because it was really frustrating me with the channeled messages, is that I couldn't give you the close-up view. So we're going to have a look at the past position. Now, whenever we look at the full card, especially in tarot, could have been a Tower moment, especially because we could deem the previous moon, being in the house of Scorpio, as the last purge. Really squeezing things out, really bringing things that were hidden to the forefront. This can be emotional as well. Some of you are thinking, if this person had taken a leap of faith with you, how would that look right now? You also could be thinking about maybe some risks that you were and weren't willing to take, and that you're having to really look back on and review at this point in time. Whenever we do look at the full card, it's the zero energy. There's infinite ways the situation can go. And it could have been the reason why you chose to react to the circumstance, both within your life and within your twin flame path at that point in time. But we do have the full card here. And, having to be courageous through adversity, having to go through challenging things. Generally speaking, with that leap of faith, you are getting a new beginning. And so you're really anticipating with this new beginning that you're moving into and moving away from, because it's like your foot is already in it at this point in time. You're taking a leap of faith. You've moved through it. I would say from April, it was something of a transition you were moving through. You're directly implementing those steps. So your foot is already in that direction. And there can be some apprehension to do with the unknown and the unseen. Ironically enough, however, within the heart of it is you're resisting temptation to try and go back to the old way of being. And this, again, this is a positive thing. This doesn't have to be a negative thing. It can be changing patterns, changing emotions, honoring your feelings and honoring what you feel from a spiritual point of view is going to be correct for you. I do also see that you're wanting to do things the correct way. You're wanting to break those karmic cycles and those karmic ties. And you also could have a perspective that you want your divine masculine to react in the same way. Ironically enough, our guides actually do give us these synchronistic upgrades. And what generally is happening to you, once you alchemize it and you really embody it, you do tend to find that that individual does come through with the same energy. So don't think all is lost. Don't think it's divinely guided. These changes that you're going through, how you're evolving, sometimes we're teachers to other people, sometimes the teachers come into our lives, and it does feel this evolution and transformation and a direction you're moving in your ego, you may be feeling because you've taken these steps, you're actually walking away from the situation. But what you're actually doing is moving towards the situation. So this Fool card is trying to get you to trust the process. Now, interestingly enough, when we do look at the footing of this read, you may not be feeling that, what would I say? I'm optimistic too, but at a vibration level, you can be frustrated. Things can be moving very fast. You could be feeling you're making these choices due to your frustration with the circumstance, which, yes, is a possibility. But at the same time, this can be a feeling of urgency, a feeling of necessary movement that you directly are taking at this point in time. You also could, from a spiritual point of view, be feeling wishes do not come true. This is in the reversed position. We see a wishing well behind the feminine. The sacrifices for that wish in which you are willing to make. Sometimes we don't believe we are willing to make certain sacrifices, and within means we do. For something that we feel quite worthy or that we are spiritually connected to, sacrifices help the spiritual growth. Other times it can be unnecessary sacrifices we're making. We've moved away from our aura. We've moved away from our angelic energy of who we directly are, and we're becoming something that we are not. So this patience, can be playing out in a myriad of ways, but it is in reverse at this point. It can be high vibe energy. It can be movement. Some of you could be very, very tired. Some of you could want to really relax and indulge. We have a lot of Venusian energy at this point in time. Venus moved into the house of Taurus. So yes, we could overeat. We could be emotionally eating. We could be looking at our pentacles and working very hard. And it could be a necessity to get anchored in again, being that it is that Venus energy, connecting with Earth, connecting with our bodies, looking after ourselves. Some of you could feel that you have placed yourself on hold for too long and you're wanting to liberate yourself, but there is definitely a frustration. This could go to extremes, as I mentioned. With the two cards moving forward here at the base level, we have healing in reverse and we have entrapment in reverse. And I feel there's a revelation you're going to move through. I feel you're going to be making some synchronistic changes within you. This could have taken a toll on you. Your vibe as you do move through this week is going to lift. And it could be where you directly are taking that assertive action and you're looking back to the Fool card with your angel's guidance, and you're actually saying to yourself, okay, I'm having to take a leap of faith. I'm having to throw caution to the wind. I'm having to trust the process. And where I'm going is going to actually spiritually liberate me, because we do have the energy of being released from this circumstance. We're going to go into clarifies. I do feel many divine feminines are really quite reminiscent. It's feeling very serendipity. It feels very reminiscent, very reflective. Some of you are going to get a surprise through this. I feel it's with what your guides are showing you. I feel you could have a moment where you feel unprotected and then universe is showing you how you directly are. You could be quite surprised. Yeah, it just feels it's going to surprise you. It comes out of the blue. Now, linking to the past, what do we need to know in relationship to the Fool card, please? Okay, you really wanted to walk away because you wanted something more solid. You wanted, to be on a higher plane of energy. You may have also had to use quite a lot of your masculine energy during the month of April. And as you do move forward into May, I feel you're trying to reconnect to the divine feminine energy within you. This can be nurturing yourself. For some, there can be some question mark over divine masculine to do with betrayals and to do with commitments and what it's going to look like. But this is moving to the past position. So having the courage to move through it. You also may wish them to make a choice in their lives. Yeah, divine feminine is realizing with consistency, they too are making very solid changes where it does come to the devil energy. Really leveling up, changing things. This also, like I said, it just feels you personally are changing, and inadvertently, this connection and the way it's transforming is also changing. You're trying to do things the correct way. You may be super strict on yourself, though. It's odd, it's like you do need, I'm hearing the term you do need time to play, but there's a lot that you're trying to complete. You may have found that you fell behind or something was missing. I do think an old circumstance has cropped back up that you're still mulling over. Yeah, you want that happy ending. With the patience card, you're wanting that happy ending. There's a goal I do believe that is set. I'm hearing the term Christmas in July. The changes that you're willing to make, it's almost like you're wanting to now, or feeling this urgency as we move into the month of May, where you want to make some very solid changes, where you're going to see those circumstances shift. Yeah, what you have is not what you want right now. It's evolving and changing. This can be a time of recovery. Some of you also within your own personal energy, you may be second guessing yourself that you don't have what it takes, but they're actually saying you do. You could just need a physical moment to pause. And as you're spiritually upgrading, I do feel this surprise energy here. I feel, especially if it does come down to, okay, how do I heal this circumstance? How is this connection going to come about? Is there something I can do within my power? I feel, yes, it does take two to tango, but at the same time, something spiritually going on with you could be, you could almost feel that you're stumped, that you're trying to find what was missing, what the missing link is, and why there is stagnancy. Those that are in communication, or even the reunion energy, there could be a circumstance surrounding work and wellness that is transitioning. Something is going to be here to free you. There are going to be 3 individuals that are going to assist you moving forward. This feels positive. This can be 3 direct areas that are going to shift you in a very positive way, and I feel this is to the collective, not just those in communication. Yeah, it's like you're in 3 different areas. You may be needing to get out of a funk, trying to not let the energy get the better of you. Yeah, trying to get out of your head. Self-fulfilling prophecies could directly be blocking you. We have entrapment here. It's in reverse. This is the card is a 7. This can be to do with the romantic connection, the feeling, the spiritual connection. At times you can feel that this person doesn't see the worthiness of you, and inadvertently it affects, it could be your self-esteem, the way you see yourself. But they're saying this, that it could have happened 3 times, could have been 3 different things, and it's almost like an onion. You're peeling the layers back. But I am seeing that there is going to be a breakthrough, but there's something within your power you're needing to change to bring new energy to this situation, new beliefs, and really maybe even this week, taking a moment that you can connect and do things that feel more pleasurous to you. I do feel for some of you, you're going to get a compliment from external energies. For some of you, it's almost like you want to change something. You want to change something. This is within yourself. This is within your life. This is a very personal thing. This could be a personal horse you've been carrying around. There is a transformation. Your guides are with you. They're helping you. It's not something that has been talked about. It's not something necessarily linking to just your twin flame path, but it's something that is hindering you. But you're wanting to change it. I feel that it's almost like you're going to take a pause. You're having a protective energy situation happening here. I feel as you open that heart chakra, there can be some heart chakra activation that you're dealing with as well. I do get this vibe that this can be a time that you can have a major breakthrough, but I feel you're apprehensive to do with it. I feel there's something that needs shifting here. But I also get this apprehension, almost second-guessing yourself. Now, our first moon of the month is going to be a new moon in Taurus. We also do have the sun in the house of Taurus until the 20th of May. Venus also in the house of Taurus can make us overindulge. We can be very fixated on values, beliefs, love. Coming off the back end of the Scorpio moon, this can be really going deep, really moving deep. I feel you want to change something. I feel love can be in the air. I feel your guides are with you. You're trying to have the courage to move forward. You're wanting to make these personal changes. And it's like you're ready to get on them now. You're like, I just get this vibe to do with your ascension process, to do with this spiritual growth. You are going into a new stage. You are going to be coming up trumps. You're going to be almost looking at your value systems, looking at your worthiness. Sometimes in ascension we go down to come up, and I feel this is actually liberating you. This is making you look at yourself in a whole new light. And this whole new light, especially from your outcome, it does feel very positive. You might get slightly stuck. It's asking you to trust the process and to go through this. Some of you also could have a conversation with this individual that you're spiritually connected to. And there could be some crossfires. There can be some misunderstandings for those of you in communication. You also could be getting this communication through your guides, through your dream state. Almost giving your fears and your worries to your oversoul. I feel your guides are trying to work this contract out for you and to help you remove these spiritual blockages to alleviate the stagnancy. But there is something you this week into the following are going to be going through an evolution and a change. And this can be a high heart chakra activation, an opportunity for you to open up and to have good energy coming in for this brand new beginning. Now, did you see anything that we didn't see? What are you feeling to do with this? And through this week, give us a heads up. How are you actually handling this frequency? Do you have any tips for handling all that Venusian energy and how we're coming through the post Mercury retrograde as well as all the Venus energy coming up? Are you finding you're hitting the cookie jar? If you have any advice for the collective, we'd love to hear it. Come through and join our update for the joint connection, as well as, yes, we do have scheduled super chats to the public once a month, as well as members do get a lot more of the super chats and they have the benefit of it being in the dark. If you want to come through and join our YouTube membership, all links are directly below. I'll see you soon. Take care.